Good morning, Light Miser here, aka Kimball. So I'm sitting here the week before Thanksgiving and spent a lot of time last night planning and preparing for next week. See, normally for our family, my wife's side of the family will get together for Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, the weekend before Thanksgiving, and that way we can focus time on the other sides of the family. For my side of the family, it's been a family reunion that my grandparents started back in the 70s. That was the time for the family to come together every year. Usually for us, we'll start preparing. My dad's got a big pit down at the end of his property, specifically for cooking our turkeys. So I'll do a half day Wednesday and then go down and help get the fire pit going. Big bed of coals, so that by 7 o'clock we'll throw in the turkeys, usually about 7, to make sure we have enough to eat up the heat. Sometimes that means we have other family members and distant cousins and neighbors around to throw their birds in too. Cover that over with dirt and let her slow cook until about 12:30 on Thanksgiving Day, when we pull the birds out and get everything ready to go. And so by 1 or 2 o'clock we're doing Thanksgiving dinner. And for us, before COVID hit, my grandparents passed away just before COVID hit. And so we've been averaging between 100 to 110 for dinner. The most we've done is 125. Since COVID, after COVID, the year of COVID, it was obviously just us and my parents. But then as we've been bringing it back, a lot of my uncles that live up north, they're getting to the point they can't make the trip down here anymore. And so we're still averaging around 75 people for dinner, which for most people, it sounds like a horror show. For us, that's a small Thanksgiving dinner. And of course, first Thanksgiving goes from Wednesday through Saturday night or Sunday morning. After dinner, we'll have all the teenagers do the cleanup that night, get together, and everybody, all the heads of each of the uncles and aunts, those lines, will give updates on what's going on in their sides of the family. And then afterwards we'll do crack out the pies and sit around and chat for a while. The next morning, afternoon, we'll get together. The family will be in charge of doing activities at a park. Another family member will be in charge of making a bunch of sandwiches from the leftover turkey and roast. Yeah, it's a long Thanksgiving dinner. We also usually do a couple briskets, ham. So all leftover meat from that will go into sandwiches. We'll do with activities at the park on Friday afternoon. Friday night, one of the odd traditions we have from when my dad's third movie was Popeye with Robin Williams. It was shot in a little island called Malta in the Mediterranean Sea, and we lived there for 6 months. While we're there, my mom learned how to make cannelloni. So we've already made it and prepped it and have it frozen, ready to heat up. So Friday night we'll do cannelloni with fresh breadsticks and homemade root beer that we've also prepped. The root beer we make isn't with dry ice. We actually do it with yeast in bottles and caps, and it takes about 3 weeks for it to get to where it's got some bubbles to it. I don't like it really till 5 weeks, but usually we do a 3-week batch. So that's Friday night, and then after that, crack out the pies again. And then for a lot of years after that, they would have me DJ for a couple hours, just let everybody dance, do whatever. I got one cousin that every year has to have me play September by Earth, Wind & Fire. I'm so tired of that song. But yeah, so I can do a couple hours of dancing. And then a lot of years, Saturday morning, we'll go out to the BLM land out in the middle of nowhere, and everybody brings shotguns and clay pigeons and go shooting. And then clean up Saturday afternoon. And then people head home either Saturday night or Sunday morning. And that's our normal Thanksgiving. Where I was prepping is for our next great adventure. Along with getting the fire going Wednesday afternoon, my son and I are going to go pick up a rental minivan and load up all of his stuff. That we moved him down here from Salt Lake at the beginning of the month, and load that whole thing up. And then a couple hours after dinner on Thanksgiving, him, myself, and my youngest son are going to blitz drive it to New York City. Should be able to make the trip in about 38 to 40 hours doing the I-70. I've done the drive between here and Colorado, but I've never gone middle states there. At least I've done the lower ones, not the mid states. And there should be a small storm going on. So, and as part of that, we're going to stop in upper state New York and visit my little brother. He can't come out this year, and he's lived there for a couple of years. I haven't seen him in about 2 years. And then, if all goes well, timing-wise, get there, unload, get to a hotel over by the airport, and then Saturday night, my youngest and I will take the train, because he's actually in Brooklyn, and we'll take the train into downtown New York and go hit Rockefeller Center. And the tree will be there. Unfortunately, it'll be behind scaffolding because unveiling's not till the 4th, but get to see Rockefeller all decked out in Christmas. Went into New York for the first time this last summer. My youngest son and my second son did an educational trip where we did 2.5 days in DC and 2.5 days in New York. So at least kind of know where we're going. And then Sunday morning we'll fly home. That's our next great adventure. So why do I talk about all this stuff? Well, family is important, and so is taking the opportunities to have adventures, especially with your family. These are memories that, my oldest son has been trying to figure out a way to do it without blitz driving it. And, it costs a little more money. We could probably do it, but these are memories that especially my 12-year-old will never forget, even though it's going to be a long, boring drive. So with that, have a good one.